the game, don't play with my name. You come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going.
It's Madden NFL 23, and we'll see Kirk Cousins after his last game, now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Vikings and the Jets, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the New York Jets and the Minnesota Vikings. Alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Jets coming into play. Their offense is one that doesn't rely too heavily on just one guy. They like to spread things around as best they can.
You're right about that. It's a diverse unit, and they like to run their offense by what they call game plan, meaning each and every week they study the opponent, they probe its weaknesses, and they move the ball around that way. They emphasize who's going to get it based on what they think they'll accomplish in that game. Other teams, they're a system team. They're going to run what they run no matter what. I like this style of offense. It suits them well.
Turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his 5th season leading this crew, coming off his 3rd career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. We might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he reached the 50. Good work after the catch, getting down 23 in the first. And we see the emphasis earlier. Get your star receiver involved. Successful.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guy's up. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes in the run game, you can make the argument that quickness beats size. And how about the example right here?
On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hawkinson. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's second down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Looking to throw again on second down. Cousins. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Quincy Williams worked his way back for that sack. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Tight defense there on third down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution, because he realized he's in field goal range, no sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
Joseph's got it, and the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. That was a long, sustained opening drive, but in the end, only able to get 3 the field goal out of it.
And absolutely, you'll take the points and the early lead. You never get those back. But there will be a little bit of disappointment that they didn't punch it in for 6 after that kind of yardage and that kind of drive that they had.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. And we get our first look at this New York Jets offense, really retooled the last couple of seasons. And at the helm under center, second overall pick from 2021 out of BYU, Zach Wilson.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now Hall to start the drive. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. Taking a look at Hall's numbers from a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers, because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. For Zach Wilson, you have to figure if you're going to be drafted number 2 overall, you better have a big arm, and he does not disappoint there.
And from where we sit, if you had told me that that ball was somehow going to get from point A to point B, I would have told you no way. I mean, that was an absolute cannon shot, and he still dropped it right on the money, too.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The Jets had 5 and 6 to start play. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play of who you think's going to get the ball, where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it. And on that play, you did. So you got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is going to be strong.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, we hear so often that tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
They'll go for it. It's Hall. A A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more. This time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
He will push his way down to about the 14. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson got his man complete over the middle. That's Hall. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down. They'll run with Carter. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They'll run with Hall, and he is going to lose yardage here. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Wilson. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Zach Wilson, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Jets have taken the lead.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it was Zach Wilson who took it in himself on the touchdown run to cap it off. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Week 13 here in the NFL. First weekend of December. Playoff races definitely coming into focus now. And we got a couple of good ones in prime time. Tonight, national audience gets a look at the Colts for a second straight weekend. This time they're at Dallas, 7:20 Central Time for that kick. And then Monday night, Saints and Bucks from Tampa. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10. To throw, Cousins. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a 1st down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Meanwhile, Cousins' throw pulled in by Jefferson. And they're going to get this down. 5-yard line. Likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook. Touchdown number 50. And the Vikings have retaken the lead. Well, we've said it many times. He is always a threat to go the distance anytime he's got the ball in his hands. And on this occasion, he did just that.
Well, he's definitely the guy that makes this offense go. And when you're an RB1, running back 1, you've got to be willing to be patient at times as well. Not every run's going to be the home run we saw there. Once you get that opportunity and that opening, you take full advantage.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw going to be caught by Davis.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people.
From the 25 on second down, Wilson. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
I think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there. And he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
2 things you can do in that situation. Run and cut the ball, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. Yards on the punt there. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And you see Dalvin Cook in the offense heading back out at his current pace. Sure looks well in line for a 1,000-yard season. But some of the older folks watching that remember the 12-game seasons in the NFL probably say, man, it was a lot harder to do that back then.
Yeah, even the 14-game seasons. And, you know, when we talk to those...
And the ball is knocked out, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Now Wilson. This one caught by Davis. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Now Cousins. He'll find Thielen work in the middle. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Open man, once again it's Thielen. And he is out of bounds here. A gain of 9 there, sets up 2nd and goal. They'll run for it with Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Joseph connects on the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback. The Jets going to take over now late in this first half. But not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. There's Wilson to throw. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Many times when a play breaks down and the quarterback's moving around outside of the pocket, you're thinking just get rid of something short. But a lot of guys are coached, think deep, take the big shot, hoping someone can get lost behind the secondary. They weren't able to connect on that one.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Cousins. And Incomplete. Right side to Cook. He's got room at the 30. Down the right sideline. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. A big play there just before halftime. 45 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Throwing is Cousins. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings will extend their lead here just before halftime. Joseph connects on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And he slings one that's incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with a Viking. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Jets head out on offense here to start this third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game. You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw. It's knocked away and incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now it's Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
Smart enough to hold the top to me. But I guarantee you, Carter was told that you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just picked up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Fourth down. Here's Wilson. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. A real head-scratcher there. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Cook again. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Third and short yardage. Cousins over the middle, complete. That's Osborne. And the Vikings are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
Cook diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. I've never seen this one. It's second down, and the punt team is out there. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Vikings. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity. Quarter this one was. Well, at least I guess if you're cheering for the winning side, an outstanding comeback, though, that saw them completely take control and change the outcome of this game.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many of us saw that coming the way that they...
I'm the best, and I got it, on my own. Get my way up, go. If I touch it, then it's cold, I'm the best,